Welcome to HybridMMA.TV. This is your host, Chris. So, today, this is an introduction video. So the things I'll be talking about is how I got into traditional martial arts and mixed martial arts. And also, I'll be discussing about what I have plans for my future videos in the future. So, first, I'll be talking about how I got into traditional martial arts and mixed martial arts. Well, when I was a kid, I used to get into a lot of street fights and school fights when I was a kid. Things that I did that I wasn't proud of, per se. Well, I'm not proud of it. So one day, when I was in school, I was maybe around my junior year. So my teachers told me that if I keep on fighting, they would expel me and prosecute me and make sure that I went to jail, which I didn't want. So I need something to keep me out of trouble. Wrestling. So I joined the wrestling team for 2 years. So one day in wrestling, my wrestling coach told my teammates and I to go on YouTube and check out different wrestling videos. So the first wrestling video I checked out was takedowns, ankle picks, and high crotch takedowns. So as I was watching my wrestling videos, I got an ad on my laptop about mixed martial arts. I will never forget it. The ad said, "Try out for your free MMA class today." So I looked at it, scratching my head, and I said, "MMA? What is this MMA?" So I went on Google. I Googled mixed martial arts. I read about it. I saw pictures of it. I started laughing because I thought it was fake. I never seen or ever heard of mixed martial arts back then when I was a kid. Kid, teenager, same thing. You're still a kid. But anyway. So I went back on YouTube, typed in mixed martial arts. When I saw the videos of the UFC and Pride FC, I got pretty hooked onto it, and I was interested in it. So after wrestling season, a few friends of mine invited me to come check out the MMA gym, which was in the town that I used to live in Greenville, North Carolina. So the first MMA gym I checked out was called Fearless Fighting, which is located in Greenville. When I checked it out, I thought it was a pretty good school at first, but the instructor, I didn't like his persona, and the way he taught didn't suit me. And that's when I decided it's about time for me to look for a different school. So the second MMA school I went to was called Extreme Fitness MMA. So when I went to Extreme Fitness MMA, out there they taught no-gi, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and kickboxing. So I trained out there like for one night until Coach Ron Cooper decided to close down his gym for unknown reasons, and I didn't know why. So that's when I tried to look for a different school. The other MMA schools that I looked into were kind of out of my budget around the time. So I just decided to go online and just learn like basic techniques off of the internet. So when I was attending Pitt Community College in Winterville, North Carolina, when I taught basic jiu-jitsu and wrestling, that's when I first met my Kempo grandmaster. And my master, well, he's a grandmaster now. I think he's like a 8th degree or 9th degree. By now, ought to be a 9th degree. But anyway, their names are Dr. Ricky Taylor and Grandmaster Guy Wimper, which they are both certified in Kempo, Hakuryu Jiu-Jitsu, Jeet Kune Do, and Shaolin Kung Fu. But they focus more on Kempo than anything else. So I trained with them about maybe like a year or so. The highest belt I got in Kempo was yellow at the time. And I think it was like in the year of 2014 going on 2015. I think. But anyway, when my grandmaster moved out of Greenville, I was kind of bummed out because I like training in Kempo. I really enjoyed training in Kempo. So, the next martial art I decided to take up was called Hapkido, which is a Korean martial art focused on kicks, punches, small joint manipulation, and throws. So I trained in Hapkido like for 4 years. And once I obtained my black belt, I decided to leave the White Tiger Self-Defense Club because my master, well, former master now, my former master and I didn't see eye to eye because we had different motives in training, which he didn't like. So I just took the black belt test, got promoted, and just parted ways with him. And when I moved to San Antonio, Texas, for a change of scenery, the schools I checked out was the U.S. Taekwondo Center and Kungjung Musol Korean Royal Court of Martial Arts, which I know is a pretty long name, but it's mostly traditional martial arts. Worked out with him. It was okay, but I didn't seek a thrill from it. Because in my mind, I kind of miss training in mixed martial arts. So I decided to look for a new MMA school I can join. So one day when I had a day off from my job, I decided to go check out the first MMA school, which was called the Tap Out Fitness Center, which is located in San Antonio, Texas. It was a pretty good school, pretty clean, but the gym owner there was too uptight, too arrogant, too strict, way too strict. I didn't like how he was and how he run his school, so I knew right then and right there that wasn't the school for me. The second MMA school I checked out was called the Ufc Gym San Antonio. I took their Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class when they offered me a free trial, but I was pretty surprised when I found out the Jiu-Jitsu coach who taught Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was former Ultimate Fighting competitor Bobby Southworth when he competed on The Ultimate Fighter, Chuck Liddell versus Randy Couture. It was a pretty good experience training under a former Ultimate Fighting competitor, which was pretty nice, pretty cool. Even though it was a free trial just for one night. So when I was living in San Antonio, things didn't work out for me there. And that's when I relocated back to North Carolina. When I came back to North Carolina, I kind of had going through like personal issues, which kind of bothered me a whole lot. Yeah, it was like a long layoff from martial arts until I could get myself back together. So one day, when I decided to move to the mountains and just go to a regular gym just to work out, I met a friend there, which helped me got back into mixed martial arts, which I am pretty thankful for. So he worked with me in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, mostly. He was a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So after I was training with him, on and off, I kind of got my passion back for martial arts, which I was very happy about. So that's when I decided to go ahead and look for a MMA school I can join. The first MMA school I joined was called, well, not joined per se, it was more like a free trial. So, well, let me rephrase it. The first MMA gym I checked out was called Craze Fitness. It was a good atmosphere, friendly people, pretty cool people. But the thing is that they're not a competitive school. They're more just doing it for fun than being competitive. It was like, it's okay if people want to do it for fun, but for me, I didn't want to do it for fun. I wanted to do it to be competitive, to compete. Which hopefully, I do hopefully think that one day, once the pandemic and everything clears up, hopefully I can be able to compete in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And hopefully Muay Thai, once things open back up. But anyway, it was an okay school, but it wasn't for me. The second school I checked out was called 8 Points Muay Thai, which is located in Winston-Salem, which is a half an hour from me. It was, how should I say this in a nice way? It was pretty interesting. The owner and I didn't see eye to eye. He wouldn't let me spar. He claimed I had to wait like 5 to 6 months in order to spar, which is a waste of my time, even though I have a background in Hapkido, which is also striking, which he didn't care about that. And his jiu-jitsu class was the same way. He won't let no one roll. You have to at least wait 6 months in order to roll. And I kind of find that ridiculous. So when me and him got into a huge argument about things, what happened in the gym, which I kind of disagree with, I decided it was about time to find another gym I could train at. So the third MMA gym I checked out was called Control Mma, which is also located in Winston-Salem. Control Mma is a pretty good school, pretty competitive. I liked it, but the only thing about it was it's only mostly a grappling school than striking school. They teach striking every now and then, but their main thing is just Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Don't get me wrong, I like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I don't want to just do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because I don't want to be a one-dimensional fighter. I kind of want to be a more well-rounded martial artist than just being a one-dimensional martial artist. And the main reason why, let's say if you get into a real fight, someone got the better of you in grappling, and the guy you're fighting is just a grappler and have zero striking, what you gonna do? You always have to train them both. If you want to do one martial art, that's fine. But in my perspective, I feel like it's always good to know at least 2 arts than just one. And my main reason why, because you always gotta mix it up in a fight. Always gotta mix it up. If someone better in striking, take him down to the ground. If someone better in grappling, keep the fight standing. Vice versa. So anyway, the jiu-jitsu instructor at Control Mma, he's a pretty cool dude. Pretty cool dude. He's like a 2nd degree black belt now in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Huge shout out to Professor Jeff Cope. I hope you're doing well. But anyway, so Ground Control MMA wasn't really for me. So that's when I decided to look for another school that have Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Well, mostly Muay Thai. So the 4th school I checked out, which I'm currently training at, well, now it's closed down due to the pandemic, is called the Thai Kickboxing Organization, which is located in Statesville, North Carolina, which is like a half an hour for me. So when I first joined TKO Muay Thai, when I first checked it out, the school was pretty good. Pretty nice inside. Pretty amazing. They got air conditioning, unlike the other previous schools. Clean mats. They also had punching bags. They have a jiu-jitsu room as well too, which is pretty nice. And the instructors there actually work with you, help you get where you need to go at. I'll give it a A++ because the school out there is pretty good. And for Muay Thai, the Muay Thai class, very amazing. Everybody there is humble, no egos. It's a pretty good school. If you're ever in Statesville, I'll highly recommend you to check out the Thai kickboxing organization. The jiu-jitsu class, pretty good. Very good. Everybody is humble. Everybody's humble. Pretty nice. Everybody work together. It's a pretty chill and laid back class. Pretty chill and pretty laid back. And for Muay Thai, my instructor is Crew Nathan Speaks. He's a 6th degree black belt in American kickboxing. He's also a certified crew in Muay Thai. But he's a very good teacher. Huge shout out to him. Crew Nathan Speaks, if you're watching this, huge shout out to you. And also my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach is named Ajan Rick Davis. And Ajan, I think it's like an equivalent to Grandmaster in most martial arts. And Ajan Rick Davis, if you're watching this, huge shout out to you. And that's my story about how I got into mixed martial arts and traditional martial arts. Now, the things I'll want to talk about next is my future videos I'll be doing for my YouTube channel. Well, the things I'll be going over in my YouTube channel is like techniques. Well, hopefully I can try to get a few friends of mine in here and we can show different techniques from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai. But I know it's going to be kind of hard to do since the COVID-19 pandemic is going around. So I'm going to try my best to get some of my friends in here, like doing technique reviews on like different submissions and different sweeps from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and also different techniques and striking in Muay Thai. And also, I will also planning to be doing some podcasts on like different fights. Well, fight highlights, like from the UFC and maybe Bellator, like for fight highlights, and also fight commentary breakdowns as well too. I do some fight commentaries, and pretty much that's it. This is Chris Patron from HybridMMA.TV. See you soon.